Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Boruto episode 226. So, last time we are still in the middle of the Chunin exams. We had a epic fight between Sarada and Chocho that was both emotional and well done. I very much enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to seeing what these other fights are like. I talked last episode that I'm a little worried that they might half-ass this next fight because I did accidentally see the first little frame of the preview and it showed the back of I believe it was the back of Tsubaki looking at Denki. So unfortunately I'm fairly certain that's the fight. So but I'm slightly worried that they're gonna go half-ass on that fight to give us a really badass Boruto versus Mitsuki. But at the same time, I'd love to see a badass Mitsuki versus Boruto fight, but I just don't want it to be at the cost of Denki and Tsubaki's fight being half-assed kind of thing. But I know that it's hard to fill episode after episode with really good animation, and honestly, last episode was very good. So animation-wise, I really enjoyed it. But Amado got approached by another village who is kind of seems to be losing the arms race a bit, so they tried to get their hands on Amado in order to get his powerful scientific ninja tools and everything, and he declined, and then Boruto and Mitsuki came in and saved him. So yeah, interesting stuff going on. They should be heading back. It seems like they're getting pretty close, and it seems like their fight is last anyway, so they lucked out big time here. But yeah, I'm also curious, if the other, the higher-ups, like Naruto, Shikamaru, and whatnot, will hear about what happened to Amado, and what their reaction will be. Even though it wasn't that big of a deal, it didn't end up being that big of a deal, but I feel like it could have ended up being a big deal if it wasn't for Boruto and Mitsuki going and handling it. So, anyways, enough rambling. Let's get started. Can't wait to watch it. We're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. It's on the screen. Oh, so are they next? But do they put it on hold maybe for the next fight? Mate! Oh, thought we were gonna hear that. Maybe we still will. What? Maybe they'll make an exception when they hear. Well, shit, I didn't expect that. Maybe there'll be an exception when they hear what happened. When they hear that Amado got yoinked. Alright, so Boruto and Mitsuki DQ'd. Man, I'm gonna vent for a second about freaking teeth issues. I had my cavities filled a little while ago after not going to the dentist for a very long time, and for some reason, ever since I went to the dentist and got those teeth filled, my 2 front teeth have had some kind of sensitivity issues where sometimes putting too much pressure on them while eating would hurt, or sometimes it's just while breathing in and out they hurt a little bit. And I went to the dentist a little while ago, and they didn't really see anything wrong when they took a look. And now today it got and then it kind of went away for the most part. And then today it came back again, and it seems to be a little better now, but even still breathing in and out every now and then, if I'm breathing through my mouth, that is, It I feel it, but I just like sometimes I just want to like have all my teeth ripped out and just slap some dentures in, and then I never have to worry about it again. Obviously, not gonna happen, but it just seems like it would be so much easier if I could do that. All right. I have no idea who's gonna win. Tsubaki's really strong. Her abilities are pretty incredible. Denki we haven't seen do too much jutsu-wise, I feel like, in a while. We've seen him do some sealing stuff. But now he has the scientific ninja tool as well. I think you have. You did carry that one guy, that one big dude, during the beginning of the Chunin exams. That was pretty incredible. Got some physical strength on you, at the very least. And you're very good at analytics. Serrata. Yep. Oh, they're just dawning on a mat. Oh, they're excited for it. That's nice. Ugh. It's Iron Man. Just an exosuit. I briefly saw this. It looks crazy. Briefly saw this in the little like one frame of preview. At least saw the upper half. It doesn't look like it allows you to move too much. Samurai versus science. Nice. He's fired up too. You're not the only one that wants to win, Tsubaki. Alright. You gonna block it? Jeez! Not clunky and slow. Pseudo lightning style. Kind of forgot about that. That was a while ago. Where'd you come from? Interesting. So it's enhancing his own abilities. It's not doing it for him. That's interesting. Oh, he can punchy punchy too. What was that? Oh, did she sense the strength of it right before impact? Damn, yeah, so she just could tell. Makes sense. That would have been my first guess. Is this right before? Oh. Oh. Yeah. So she heard them talk about that. I thought it was gonna be something bad at first. I was like, oh no. But it was kind of wholesome. Just, I mean, it puts a tough choice on Tsubaki because she knows how much her friends want her to stay now versus how much she does want to go back. Ooh. Is he reading like her muscle movements or something with the glasses? Damn. That looks pretty good. Whoa! He has Reg's arm from Made in Abyss. Damn! Fire style. Cut right through. Oh, that's so cool. Whoa. What happened there? She closed her eyes for a second. Does it have to do with watching her eye movements? Or the glasses need to be in vision? Oh! Damn. I love when characters just pull out their sheath and start fighting with it. Damn! Oh, the glasses are broken. So if like other things are in in view, it kind of like distorts the prediction process. Motion sensor. Uh-oh. So he has to fight with his own predictions. Come on, Denki. Can't rely completely on tech, my dude. It's a really cool tech, but... so another flaw of it. Ugh. Some nice coloring in that right there. Shit. He's still got some moves. Ooh, I like the little bit of flash when the sword hit it. That was cool. Just looked cool. Whoa! Just emergency eject. Alright. You just gotta fight with your own strength. Alright. He's doing the ability himself. Yeah, Denki. Come on, man. Yep. Doesn't mean you can't. Electricity on a metal blade. Would that conduct through the handle and hurt more? I mean, definitely seemed like it. Shit, did she lose? Wow, Denki won. Nice. And he did it, you know, I mean, he did tire her out a bit with the equipment, but he still managed to pull it off. Hell yeah. Oh, the dad. So now both of their teams have Chunins, which makes sense story-wise if they do that too, you know? Because Denki's a Chunin for their group now, and Wasabi is for Team 15. That's funny. Wow, I just butchered the spelling of that word. So that's why he was warned. It wasn't him working on the... It wasn't him working on the scientific ninja tool is why he was all scraped up. It was him honing his own jutsu. Wow. No exception or anything? Unless we get something here. Nice. At least they're not too like salty about them not getting to participate kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Konohamaru. Hmm. Yeah. Never underestimate your opponent. Hmm. Don't stand on the bed. Ah, so she's gonna stay. Interesting. Mission to observe Kawaki. I knew it. What's this music? Oh, nice. Oh my god, they're still at it. Do they know yet why Boruto and Mitsuki were late? Nice. Cool. Oh, are they fighting each other just for fun? Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe they are. Ooh. Nice. So are we still gonna get to see a fight? Oh, nice. Alright. So I assume next episode we're gonna see that fight, or I wonder if we won't. It's very possible we just don't see it. And we just find out who won kind of thing after the fact, but I don't know. I feel like it could go either way, but this is the kind of thing that I'm always a little disappointed on because, yes, I understand they had a deadline. They had to be there or they'd be disqualified. But I feel like a member of their village being kidnapped by people from another village is a valid enough reason to get a like extension or a second chance kind of thing. But in a way, it almost feels like the writers intentionally just like didn't bring it up and it wasn't even mentioned. Like they asked why, and Boruto was just like, "It's a long story," and it's like, come on, like it's like if I had to turn in a exam at like when I was in school or something, and I told the teacher that I didn't finish it because my grandfather was in the hospital on his deathbed dying and I was spending my last moments with him, I feel like they would make an exception kind of thing, you know? But anyways, that's the end of episode 226, guys. Yeah, it was a good episode. I definitely like the fight between Denki and Tsubaki. It was very good. I I like seeing the potential of some of the scientific ninja tools they're working on, and Katasuke knew a lot about the tool, but he kept calling it Denki's tool. So I think it was Denki that developed that scientific ninja tool, right? Maybe with the help of Katasuke, and that's why Katasuke knows so much about how it works. Or just maybe Katasuke didn't know how it worked. Maybe he's just so good and knows how these things are developed because he works on his own that that he just was able to make assumptions of how it worked. But I have a feeling they probably worked on it together, kind of thing. Maybe it was Denki's idea and mostly his project, with maybe some help from Katasuke here and there. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me, it didn't want to come out at first there. But regardless of who made what and stuff, he used it pretty well. I didn't expect the speed from it. I thought he was gonna be like blocking a lot of attacks because it looked bulky, like it'd be something that you'd like not move too much, but you'd be able to block a lot of attacks, kind of thing. But no, it was able to do this lightning style overload through it, and it actually wasn't really. It was a piece of equipment that could kind of supercharge his own reflexes in a way, right? Is the way that Katasuke explained it. So it's not that this tool is doing everything for him, where he does absolutely nothing and it handles every little thing. It's still just amplifying his own muscles and electrical circuits through his body and all of that stuff in order to do this do these moves, kind of thing, rather than it just being like moving him for him, where he's like not really doing anything in there. So, but it did have glasses which had motion detection, which was able to kind of in a way predict the movement. So I guess like when someone's in front of them and they start like shifting their weight one way, it instantly notices that shift and is able to defend against the attack or move out of the way of it. I assume it's something like that, because like the body has predefined movements in a fight. When they like turn their body one way, it usually means they're going to be attacking in like a certain manner. Probably a lot of different ways that you can analyze those movements and figure out exactly what kind of attack they're going to do. And Tsubaki was able to figure it out in the heat of the fight, so props to her for sure. And it was really badass seeing her fight with the sheath. Like, that's probably one of my favorite parts of this fight. Is I always love like when people can pull out another weapon and like improvise their style a bit, where she like threw it out, had it spinning, did a strike, like jumped up, like kicked it level and then kicked it into him, and like that was just some really cool choreography that she was doing there with that. So very neat. And, you know, obviously props to Denki for... I really like that it had, like, an emergency escape set up, too, where, like... Because I thought during the episode, I was like, is it possible for him to get out of this? And I was looking, like, it panned down to the legs, and I see his legs are strapped in, and I'm like, oh, maybe not. But then, no, he just, like, bursted out of it and rolled backwards, which was cool. And then he was able to do the jutsu on his own, but it was only good for that one strike. At least that's what he said. He said, this is all of my chakra. And he used it all for that one strike. So I guess that's one of the problems, is Denki seems to have this ability that it seems this lightning style overload seems very strong, but he doesn't seem to have the chakra yet to wield it at full force. I feel like Denki could eventually get really strong if he can manage to increase his chakra now. That's something that I've always been a little not sure of as these shows go on, is even back in old Naruto and in Shippuden, I don't really know if they seem to talk like the amount of chakra you have is determined from your birth, but maybe as you get older you get more, or like, because I don't know that I ever remember them really training to increase their pool of chakra. Really, they train to be more efficient with their chakra, which maybe that's something that he could do. Maybe with that move, he could, you know, right now say he uses like 90% of his chakra. I also don't know if while he was using the mech suit thingy, if that was consuming his own chakra a bit too, and that's why that final strike he was only able to get one off. I'm not positive, or if, you know, fully rested, if Denki can only do that move once and then he's out of chakra kind of thing. But maybe he could learn to be more efficient with it. Maybe that's what you train for, and maybe he could make it use like half his chakra or something, so he could get two of them off or something like that. But yeah, I definitely think that shows us some growth for Denki's character outside of the scientific ninja tool. But when you combine the both of them, that can be pretty strong. And I mean, that's the thing, is I feel like in a fight, if you can use scientific ninja tools, assuming that they don't take your own chakra, obviously some of them do consume your own chakra, so maybe that's kind of like counterintuitive. But if you have a tool that doesn't consume your own chakra, then you just get to fight for a little bit, learning the other person's moves and stuff like that without even utilizing your own chakra. And then when the tool, you know, maybe the tool isn't good enough to beat whoever you're going up against. And I'm not talking about just in an arena situation like this. I'm talking about in the open world kind of thing, when you're out there doing missions and stuff. Like, you have these tools that you can utilize without using your own chakra, like I said, assuming they work that way. And then you're fully ready to go with all of your chakra when it finally breaks, or it proves ineffective, you put it away, and then you gained all that intel by seeing how they defend themselves, and maybe they use some jutsus in the meantime, and then you start using your chakra to counterattack, and it could really help you win, I feel like. But yeah, I also really like Katasuke's inspiration, where he was like, he just saw this ninja tool in action, and it just like gave him all these ideas kind of thing. It's I always like seeing characters and stuff like that. It doesn't. I was trying to relate it to something in my own life, but I guess thinking about it, it doesn't really happen to me very much. But I've seen that before, where you see these very creative people, and they watch other people do their creative thing, and they get inspired by it, and they start getting flooded with ideas, and they're like, I gotta go, you know, do this. It also reminds me kind of a little bit, it might be a little bit different, but Hunter x Hunter, when we had Meruem versus Komugi playing Gungi, and they were kind of learning off of each other and seeing how other people move, and she just started getting like flooded with moves. She started getting like really inspired, and she wanted to go like back to her room and record them all down and stuff like that. So it's always interesting to see characters like just watching these events and just getting inspired. I guess the closest thing for me wouldn't be a creative thing. It would be more of a thing where sometimes I see people like working out and getting fit and jacked in like a TV show or a movie or something, and sometimes I get inspired to work out and try to better myself too, kind of thing. Like I was rewatching a bit of Hajime no Ippo a bit, and seeing him like train and get stronger and everything really made me want to train and get stronger. Unfortunately, that feeling doesn't last forever, and it doesn't end up working. But I really do need to get back on my diet. I fell off my wagon pretty hard here from when I was dieting before. I really need to get back into it, because I've been feeling very exhausted recently, like physically, and just, I don't know, just getting up sometimes is like, oh, so I need to stop sitting around as much. I need to get my ass back on the I have like a electric bike over in on that wall just out of camera range and everything, and sometimes I jump on that thing and ride that, or go for walks down the street, and, you know, try to get my eating under control again. But either way, I planned on starting to do that very soon. I told myself that I'd start this week, and then last night hit and I didn't do any exercising and ate a bowl of ice cream. So not a good start, but I was gonna try to do a bit better tonight. So, but anyway, I like their line of when the fight was about to begin, where they're like samurai versus science. It's just a cool idea. And it kind of makes sense when you think about their fight, because the samurai are trying to. It seems like the samurai are trying to branch out. That's kind of why Tsubaki is here, and learn from these other cultures and not be so stuck in their own ways and everything. And so she's going up against Denki, who is the epitome of progression. His family develops all these things that have progressed the Leaf Village as far as it has. Obviously they haven't done everything, but they have a huge hand in it, and Denki's very scientific and everything himself, so that makes even more sense that they ended up fighting each other. But yeah, the Tsubaki is staying. We learned that. I guess I wonder if she would have won, if she still would have left regardless, even after hearing what her friend said, or if because she lost, that's why she wants to get stronger. Really hard to say. I have a feeling that maybe even if she won, she would have stayed after hearing what her friend said, but she was also so excited to leave. I really don't know. But yeah. I kind of already said my piece about the idea of Boruto and Mitsuki kind of losing their chance to participate, especially because of the extreme situation. Not the biggest fan of that, to be honest. It looks like we might still get a fight anyway, which is fine, but it also just means that these two aren't going to become Chunin regardless of the results and everything, which, not like it's a big deal. Naruto went through pretty much the entire show being a Genin still, but I imagine they'll take a different turn from that. Like, I imagine Boruto isn't going to be stuck as a Genin forever, like Naruto did. There are a lot of aspects of Boruto that are very similar to what they did in Naruto, but I definitely think that that's one that they don't need to replicate, because like the whole like stuck as a Genin forever gag was funny for that show, but I definitely think a different pace is in order for this one. So eventually, I imagine he will. I still think there's room for, in the next few episodes, like maybe they fight it out, and maybe they talk about what happened with Amado. Like, I think that's the biggest thing for me is we didn't get anything. We didn't even get them like briefly mentioning the whole Amado situation. Like, I know it was like a side thing, it wasn't that big of a deal, he's back and he's fine, but that's still something that I feel like we should have seen Boruto saying to them what happened, or if not, Boruto saying it to them later on when they were in the I think we saw them briefly in the Hokage office, right? If they would have mentioned it there, kind of thing, but there was just no mention of it, and it kind of feels like the only reason that whole segment was there was to make it so Boruto doesn't become a Chunin yet, because there needs to be another reason he becomes a Chunin in the future, kind of thing. That maybe, because I know I'm fairly certain all of this is anime original and not, I mean, I guess now it's considered anime canon, right? Is what you'd pretty much consider it. But this stuff wasn't in the manga as far as I understand. But maybe like as they're creating it, they talk to like the author and they're like, can we do like another tuning exam as like a filler thing? And he'd be like, yeah, sure, but whoever you want can become a Chunin, but not Boruto. There's something lined up for him. I don't know, I could be wrong and everything, but it kind of felt like that whole Amado situation didn't have much fallout, didn't have much talking points afterwards, and it felt like it ended up just being something the writers could throw in there as an obstacle to stopping Boruto from becoming a Chunin. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe they will talk about it in the next episode. I usually don't like to immediately start thinking this way. Like, maybe after another episode or two, if there's absolutely no mention of it, my disappointment will stand, kind of thing. But I like to leave the potential there that we see some kind of mention. At least, even if they just briefly mention it, that's fine. I just wanted that, like, at least to acknowledge that the higher ups even know it happened, kind of thing. But anyway, I enjoyed the episode. I'm looking forward to the fight if we get one, or even just hearing about the results of the fight is fine too. Although I would very much love a fight because, yeah, it would just be cool. But the other thing I really enjoyed was genuinely how happy everyone seemed. None of them were upset that they didn't become Chunin, kind of thing. They were all genuinely cheering on everyone who did become Chunin, and Naruto even mentioned it, saying, like, look how much they've grown into fine shinobi and everything, and that's just great because you don't see that a lot these days. Like, you don't see people getting happy about other people as much unless they, I mean, even still, I was gonna say unless they're like really close to each other, kind of thing. But I feel like even sometimes you can be really close to someone and they can be jealous about what you've achieved rather than being proud of what you've achieved, kind of thing. And I feel like that's a big flaw with people. Is like, why can't you just be happy for what other people have, kind of thing? It's a big thing, kind of, with like the student loan forgiveness stuff that's going on right now. With Biden forgiving like $10,000 worth of loans for a bunch of people. There's a lot of people that are pissed because they're like, oh, I paid off all my loans and I didn't get that money off. And I understand their thought process when they say that, but like, in the same regard, it's kind of petty because you're angry that other people are getting relief. Like, I don't know. But there's a lot of people in the world that could really use that relief. Like, you should be happy for them that they're getting it, and this could be a start to something bigger, to helping our education system be more affordable in the future, kind of thing. I don't know if it'll ever go that route, but at least it feels like we're getting one step closer, kind of thing. But anyways, that's a topic that is probably very controversial, and I might have just made some people mad that heard me say that. But anyway, I very much like the episode regardless, though. Can't wait to see more and where we go from here. Obviously, we might be getting the Boruto Mitsuki fight, but if we don't, like, with the Chunin exams being over, what do we move into next? Do we get another arc? Do we just get some, in between episodes while we wait for the next thing? But I wonder what the next thing will even be. But anyways, I'm looking forward to it regardless. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. The link is in the description below. You can see 2 episodes ahead of time right away. So check that out. It supports the channel and what I do, and I very much appreciate it. There's also Patreon exclusives on there, where you can see shows like Mob Psycho Season 2 I just finished. I will be holding off on more Patreon shows in terms for Mob Psycho. That one slot is going to be held off for a couple weeks while I wait for Season 3 to start. But the Lucifer will still be ongoing, and Lucifer will be getting replaced as soon as I finish it, because I'm almost done with that one too. So that one will still be going. So check out the Patreon shows. There's also other shows on there that still haven't been released as well. So all kinds of stuff. Link in the description below, or it should be popping up on the screen. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.